Greetings, my people.
Wagwan. So we are back today with another video, and this time around, we wanted to talk a little bit about our life, how we met, coming together, our long distance love, and it started on friendship,
Yeah.
and our long distance love, and all of that. So we've been, persons have been curious, wanting to know how we met. And oh, that story, when I think about it every day, we smile. Well, I smile, she smile, And by the way, we're down here, as always, where we live in beautiful South Florida.
It's our favorite spot.
Our favorite spot that we are right now, always coming out under this gazebo, hanging out, looking at the turtles, the alligators, whatnot. So anyway, going back into our story, which I'm sure will inspire a lot of persons, because let me tell you, it wasn't easy. And when it comes on to love and romance, it's never easy at all.
Of course, it's not easy.
But and on top of that, falling in love with someone who is halfway across the world, As I mentioned earlier, it started off from friendship. And when I met her, I wasn't looking, and she wasn't looking, but we, by exchanging conversations, I found a deep interest in her, and likewise. So it blossomed from one conversation to the next, and here we are today. But over the course of the years that we met back in 2020, until today, it has been a beautiful friendship and relationship, because let me tell you, this is my best friend right here. You may see some of our videos that we do crazy things, and I want to tell persons that there's no relationship, or there's no real relationship, if you can't have fun, if you can't enjoy each other.
Yeah.
And from we've known each other, we've been like that. Yes, our conversations have been on the phone, WhatsApp has been, let me tell you, man.
Video calls, audio calls.
Oh yeah, it has been. Yeah.
We have our ups and downs. We are not perfect, yeah? No.
Nope,
we have our fights and all that. We solve it, and we have amicably, we don't raise our voices, and no, we settle it like, adults.
Yeah, exactly.
Conflicts.
So I mean, even going back, so the part about how we met, I don't think we said it earlier, it was on Facebook. That was the platform that we met on. And we were part of a group. I don't even remember what the group was. And she came on.
It was a common group of friendships, things like
that. Yeah, and she came online, and she said something to me, and it started from there. So fast forwarding a little bit into about, let's say, a year or so, and when I tell you that I fell in love with, it was the inner quality, because yes, the outer.
So you don't love my bumble.
Oh, yeah.
All right, sorry.
That's what I have to deal with every day, right? But it's good. It's a good thing, when you can, you have that humor going on in your relationship. That's one of the key factors in our relationship. We have laughter, and it's always great, So when about a year into our what should I call it, friendship, courtship, relationship,
all that together
over the phone, I before that, even I said to myself, how am I going to go to, she's in Africa, I mean, like, how I mean, even at that time, a year in, I was still having my little bit of, how am I going to do this? This little lady right here, she is, can I say optimist?
Of course, I'm very optimistic. I've always been optimistic. It don't matter the situation.
When I tell you that she said to me, like, listen, just think that I'm next door to you, right? And in my mind, I was thinking, you can talk about next door. This cost is expensive. You know how much it costs to fly to Africa? I've never been there before, but just thinking about it, do you know how far it is? But we tossed that out the door. We tossed that out the door because at the time, I mean, if you see,
when you want something, you go for it.
exactly,
Period.
you know, and that thought was out the door, and we decided that we're gonna focus more on building something strong.
Sure.
And we're just gonna focus on each other, no rush. So it wasn't easy. When I tell you, it was not easy at all, because there are a lot of persons, they cannot do relationships unless the person is like right there with them. But in my mind and in her mind, because you know, and that's a good thing, we have so much in common. We actually think alike. You know, and that's a very good thing. So we decided that we're gonna do this and we're gonna make it work. And we started working on the shortcomings and whatnot. So even going back to what I was saying earlier about the challenges, it's not easy being in love with someone from halfway around the world, right? And you know, knowing that she's not next door. So when we started, I mean, we developed more the communications and whatnot, and we just get rid of that thought out of our head that, okay, you're so far away.
Yeah.
And every day was a blessing, and it continue being a blessing and more of a blessing. When I wanted somebody to talk to, she was there. I mean, we spent so much time on the phone, like, I mean, 6-7 times on the phone. Her time, she was on a different time than I was. At the time I was in Canada, right? And I think her time was like 5 hours ahead. And I would wake up in the morning to go to work, and she would be on the phone with me, right? I'm coming home, my shift was 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. I'm leaving work at 10 p.m., do the math, and she'd be on the phone with me. This lady isn't going to bed until I get home, right? And that was the type of bond that we formed. So
Not every day though. Not every day.
yeah. So I'm just saying that we have that special bond. Now, my advice or our advice to a lot of persons who are probably in long distance relationship or thinking about getting into long distance relationship,
Yeah.
it's not easy. Based on what we have mentioned earlier, it's not an easy road, right? And it's not for the faint of heart, right? If you're not gonna go in full in and trust that person, you know,
Just leave it.
Just leave it be. Just leave it, because you know, financially, it's gonna cost you. I mean, to even travel there. So if you're not thinking that,
What are you talking about before traveling there? You are doing it.
yeah, exactly. I mean, even before travel, you know, it's costly. Long distance relationship are no joke. So you gotta know that you're in there fully with that person, and you gotta know that you're thinking in your mind that yes, one day you will be together. It took us. So from when we got married in 2023, right? November of 2023, and so that's what, like 3 years after, like 2.5, right? 2.5 years after, because it was when we met. It was in September of 2020. Yeah. So all that time we were communicating. We got married, and even when I had to return to Canada. It's 2 years after, 2 years plus after before I saw her again, right? So just imagine all of that time, you know, even when leaving the airport, you just got married and you got to the airport, you know that, holy crap, I don't know when I'm gonna see her again, right? So all of that, when you're sitting on the plane coming home and it start really hit you, man, you know. So when she got here, last month, because we're now in August, so she got here in July, right? And Absolutely. Your mother was overjoyed, right? I was overjoyed, man, because now she's here with me. And let me tell, as I said before, this is my best friend right here. And I've had no regrets. There has been absolutely no regrets. I could continue talking about this on this video right now all day. You know, she has been your total support, and it has been phenomenal. You know, and yeah, and I'm praying that whoever you are, wherever you are in your life in this world, and you're going after a long distance relationship, it could be somebody who's just another state away from you, could be another country, could be wherever, you know, whether it be, you know, wherever, just be patient, you know. If you have that, you know, communication is a big
communication.
It's a big plus. And if you don't know how to you know, have that communication and know to trust somebody, right, then, you know, it's not, I'm not gonna say it's not for you, maybe, because
it's not worth it.
If we weren't patient, it wouldn't have worked. And just imagine, as I talk about patient, just imagine when you don't have that person next door to you, and you know that, okay, you're not gonna see that person for a year or whatnot. A lot of people ask us, how did we do it? But we weren't in no rush. You're right. And we didn't let our bodies control us or our mind control us. Right? We know what we wanted and we waited on it. So just think about it. You're going to college and or university and you want a 4-year degree. Well, you're gonna work for it, right? You're gonna put in the work to get that degree.
You put in work in everything you do.
Yeah, you can't just
put in the work in everything you do.
Walk down the street and say, "Oh, I'm gonna pick a degree from a shop because I'm so desperate to have a degree."
Nope.
So look at your life in that manner.
Yeah.
And say, "Okay, you know what? I'm working. If this person, you've seen somebody, you know that they're worth it." And yeah, of course there are people who
both ways,
who goes into long distance relationship,
yeah,
and they end up with the wrong people or the wrong person, because I mean, come on, we know that there are people who, you know, they try to, you know, get into your ears and whatnot. But I could feel her energy, right? I could feel her energy. And even going further, when I told a lot of my so-called colleagues then, because a lot of person I have to just say goodbye to, right? When I told a lot of so-called people, friends that I thought were friends, about my relationship with her.
But we're trying to protect you.
And some of them, you know, and they started to object. Not only that, because they heard she was in Africa, right? Because everybody in Africa, to some people in this North American world, is bad. And I don't understand why people can just say, okay, Africa. They look at Africa as a country, and everywhere they hear a little bad about some place, everybody is bad, right? And let me tell you something. I'm a living testimony to say I met one of the most awesome persons.
Say you're amazing in peace.
Person, yeah, you know, from Cameroon or from the continent.
Yes.
So yeah.
The continent.
So yeah, I mean, it has been great, guys. And let me tell you something. Never ever let anything or anybody, whether it be family, friends, or whatnot, stop you from going after what you so desire. Right? Because people are gonna get in the way. There are people who don't talk to me anymore, or because even to this day, they still have that objection because they think, oh, you're stupid. You will go all the way across the world. I'm like, I don't let people decide for me. Right? I'm a grown man. So I'm not gonna listen, because you know the thing is, when those people, they're trying to control your dreams and your destiny or whatnot. And when they're gone, right? They're gone from your life, and they don't care about what, you know what I mean? They're thinking about them. And they, you know, so you gotta think about you.
Sure.
Right? So I mean, I'm glad I made the move I made. I'm proud of who I chose for me, and it has never been any regrets. So thankful for her, and she is, and I'm, as I said earlier, I'm praying And if you're on a quest to find that long distance love, or you're in a long distance relationship, may your relationship be blessed. May you find, you know, the joy, the peace, and the happiness that we found. And you know, may it be blessed abundantly. So anyway, guys, we want to say thank you for joining us on our journey, you know, and please continue to support our videos. We are growing, you know, on the social media. There's a lot we're still learning, but you know, we are putting it out there, and you'll be seeing a lot more coming from us. So again, thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button, follow our channel, and just stay blessed. Peace and blessings to all.